right back.
Yeah. Hey, out of fear.
What's up, folks, man? Welcome to Swagging with the OG Mike D, man. I got my homeboys on here today. Y'all know B-Rock, man, but boy, I got a special guest today. John McPherson, man, from Fayetteville, boy, Murchison Road, Seabrook Hill, Terry Sample Bulldog, whatever you want to call it, bro. That's my dog. That's my brother from another mother. Love him to death. Hey, man, welcome to the show today, man.
Hey, man, it's glad to be here with my brothers Mike D and my boy B-Rock, man. Long, old friends, man. Straight off the Murk, baby. It's good to see you guys. What's happening with you?
Hey, man, doing fine, man. Hey, when I talked to you, I came to Fayetteville the other day, man, and to give everybody an update on my mom, boy, my mom walking around like us again, boy. It's a miracle, man.
That's great. That's God,
I'm telling you, my mom was walking around so fast the other day, man. I thought she was a ghost. I scared the shit out of me.
That's a good thing, though, man.
Hey,
that's a good thing.
But the thing was, you got to know where she came from. This time last year, man, my mom was in the bed, bro. Couldn't even do nothing, man. We
remember
wearing a pamper, all that shit, man. This mother walking around cooking and everything, acting. Hey, she talking shit to me again now, so she good.
That's good. But you know what? By you saying that, I remember when you was coming back and forth in town.
Hey, man.
And you was telling me, John, it don't look good.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, Mike, that ain't the finished product.
And the crazy thing about it, man, my mom gave up, man. And you know what? I told my mom, I said, look, you know, hey, you got to do something, man. Cause I ain't got nobody but you left. You know, as far as me and family. My grandma, my grandparents dead, you know, my dad did. I'm like, look, you got to help me out, man. These bad-ass grandkids, yours.
Yeah, man, and that's a good thing, though, man, because
yeah, man. So how you been doing, man?
On the road.
I'm doing good, man. You know, you work with UPS, got all these goddamn. You got your barbershop, man, and I want to give a shout out. I need to give a shout out to all of my friends that got businesses, man. John, you can advertise, you can tell them where you at. And I got cats in Columbia, South Carolina, man. Damn, I can't think of old girl name, but everybody doing good, man.
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, man. Well, I own and operate Platform Design Barbershop in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 6257 Rayford Road, Suite 3. We actually been in the business 18 years at this particular place, and I give God all the glory, man.
Kudos, man.
Yeah. Good community, good people, and a good team, man.
That's where this bald head ass right here came from. I had my hair cut that other day, B-Rock. Got that old boy skip my ass up, yeah.
Shoutout.
But it's my boy Shoutout. I don't even know that motherfucker's real name. I just call him Shoutout.
That's Ray. That's Ray Rock.
Yeah, man.
He Ray Rock, you B-Rock.
but y'all, believe it or not, all of us grew up right there together. And I always say this to John, man, he should run for mayor of Fayetteville, man.
Yeah.
Because he's truly an ambassador.
And
to our city, man.
And a true inspiration to those coming up. You may not realize your blessing, but it's there. You just have to go and get it, bro.
Yeah, and the thing I love about him, man, he a big joker now. He a little bigger than me. But he always had a good heart, and I don't care what kind of mood you in. If you ready to tear into somebody's ass, which I do all the time, he always had to tell me to stop cussing in the barbershop. Mike, you see that little girl over there? Shut up.
Yeah. Hey. Man, I understand, man. That's that military in you, boy. All my military homeboys, except a few of them.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, Mike, I like to cuss too.
Yeah, but you know, I get out here.
That's what I call it. It releases stress. It feel like it just, I don't know, man. But it ain't the right thing. And one of my partners say, man, do you know cussing mean you don't take time to think before you speak? I said, whoa, okay.
Who told him that bullshit?
Hey, man. Hey, I promise you, see.
Who
You
told
gotta
that
think before you
motherfucker that
speak. What?
bullshit?
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. It's a time to do it and it's a time not. I don't knock nobody for whatever their vices are, whatever they have to do in life. I'm not here to judge no man, but we all fighting our own battles in our own ways. And that's what gets you through the day. One day we might wake up and say, I don't feel like cussing no more. That's on you. But every man has a right to his own opinion in the way he live and carry himself. But when you do that, you got to also understand that your first impression is the most important, and you never know who's listening. You can either encourage a person or damage a person. So what you say when a person look up to you means a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what, stopped me to try to get it under control, because I'm an emotional cusser. I mean, you hit a nerve, I might just and sit and shoot it out like an AR-15 on you, cuss you out and feel good about it, and pray afterwards. I ain't no fake lying person now. I cuss and I love God and I pray, and I ain't perfect, but I'm a work in progress, like we all are.
But boy, I tell you what, you always help us out when we're around and we get out of hand, man. Because you know what? Even I went to elementary school with this motherfucker. I mean, we was in the 5th grade together. No, we was in kindergarten together.
Kindergarten all the way up.
Hey, John, hey man, I know he gonna get mad at me telling this, cause I always fuck with. He the only motherfucker I know flunk kindergarten.
Boy, you stupid. Hey, boy.
Give me that goddamn Jimmy.
Me, Jimmy, and Rail got put back in kindergarten because we didn't do Head Start. I gotta tell you, retarded. See that? You want to make me cuss, but I ain't gonna do it. But you my man, though.
How the hell this motherfucker flunk kindergarten, man?
I don't know either, man. If we figure it out, we'll figure it out together. How about that?
Hey, him and Jimmy now. He ain't by himself now. Him and Jimmy,
well,
they'll flunk kindergarten.
All of it. You must have been there with us, Mike, because you know about the process.
Hell no, I came. I try to figure out how many classes y'all, and y'all started school the year before.
But you know what's crazy though, Mike? It wasn't that we flunked. It's the system that flunked us. You know what I mean? The Cumberland County system, based off of when your birthday is, determine whether you can go with the people you're supposed to go with, or you just missed the cut. So that's the system. And that's the system that we're living in right now. If you don't make the cut, you suffer from the consequences of someone else's decision. Man, what you have in you, or what you're capable of doing. It's just the way the system is set up.
Yeah, you're right.
So, when we moved down here from Las Vegas in November of 2004, they did the same thing to my 2 daughters based on their birthdays. So they had to start later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, y'all know I got 2 kids that's 28, and they 3 months apart. Now my daughter Amira graduated the year before Mike. Her birthday is in August, and he graduated the following year because he was in November.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's a cutoff date that you have to match.
I think y'all missed.
I don't understand what's the significance of that.
I think y'all missed 2 dates though, John.
Well, hey, and that's okay. Whatever a man's opinion is and what he thinks and believes, you're correct in your own opinion and on your own beliefs. So that's what you believe, and that's your opinion. You are absolutely 100% correct in your world.
Well, that's why I love this cat, man, because he's gonna make every situation that's fucked up right. Yeah, man. But hey man, it's lovely to have you on here today, man. And anything you want to discuss or you want to put out there, especially because I know you an ambassador.
Hey man, you know what's bothering me more than anything, Mike?
Yeah,
is every day I wake up, I see these young brothers and sisters dying for nothing. Yeah. Nothing to have value over life is what they're dying for. And it's like, when we grew up in the 80s, in the 90s, it got bad. And you can push a reset button and start it over, but it's not like that. But when you take a life, it's real out here. And it's like a combat zone, man.
And you know what? You're right. Because you know what? Like I had to tell my son last week. I said, sir, look, if you go out here and get pulled over by the police, you got to make them comfortable too. Everybody think all the police bad. All police not bad. One cop can make a whole department look bad. And I tell them, hey, look, man, you got to make that cop feel comfortable. If you sitting there tripping and acting a fool and act like you got no damn sense, they gonna damn right they're gonna reach their hip. But like I try to tell them, they pulled me over one day, coming home late at night, just came from out of town. Man, I stuck both hands out the window and my head. And old boy walked up and started laughing. He's like, man, get your ass back in the car. You got to make them feel comfortable though.
Yeah, but Mike, you know what I do, man? And this is no lie. When they pull me over, I cut on every light in the car, the interior.
Yeah,
so you can't say that you couldn't see or you saw an object. I cut on my phone and I go instantly and I let them know I am going live right now. Man. And then we go on whatever your procedures are, because you got to start learning how to protect yourself. And then you also got to be respectful. See, when a person come in, they already, and it's so amazing. I'm going to tell you what's so amazing. A letter that's written over 200 years ago is so effective in every facet of our life that we don't even realize it. And that's the Willie Lynch letter. And the where we are right now, I ask myself, am I going to be a descendant of the Willie Lynch letter, or I'm going to be a part of the movement that break the chain?
Right.
And that means educating. And I found myself, just like when we was growing up on Murchison Road, it started with us and seeing that. And this is a very touchy subject, but we don't realize what was going on all the way from recreation till now. They got us hating each other because of what school we went to. They got us hating each other because of color or whatever color or what's and what. And I was guilty of that. Now I've seen myself get instantly upset with another young black brother, ready to kill. Until I had to start checking myself. Damn, man, you're a part of the Willie Lynch letter. You're ready to kill this man and you don't even know what's up with him because he pissed you off. Or you don't know what his day consists of or what your day consists of. So that's when we got to really start checking ourselves and understand what's really going on. From recreation, brother, they started programming us to not to like each other. Now, what I see in the community that's other than us, they pour into their schools. You might not go to Southview, but they support the Southview community.
Right.
We got maybe how many black schools left in the state of North Carolina? Not many, but three of the prominent names are Dudley, Carver, and E.E. Smith. That's our community, historically. But we hate E.E. Smith. People from Terrace Sound say we hate them because they thought they were better than us. We hate them because this, and that. They dance all the time. And we did hate them jokers. And then we had to learn why we hating somebody that we was raised up with from recreation, and then they separate us. Now it's something we hate.
Yeah, because it really didn't make sense. We didn't even, you all didn't even stay a mile from E. Smith. We didn't stay a mile from E. Smith, but we had to go fucking 5 miles to another white school. But check this out. They knew if they would have left it that way, they wouldn't have had a chance.
Economics. It's about economics. See, recreation is designed as a talent pool. It's just like a market house. You're looking at the product at an early age of what it's going to be, or what, you know, how they paying basketball player now, or their potential projections of what they're going to be. Well, when they got recreation, they're looking at the potential projection of this athlete and what community he stay in and what community in so many years is going to be so powerful, which is going to generate money to that school. You understand?
Yeah.
High school football, high school basketball, they make big money for schools. So that's economic. So if we can look at this projection of where all this talent is coming, we're keeping control and understanding the status of where they are by when you got to go to this recreation center, you got to have your birth certificate to prove you in this area. So they really solidifying where you stay so they'll know where you are. So they know when to change the districts to put you where they need you to be, to bring the money back to where they want to be. And then the money, when it's divided through the Cumberland County school system or the school system, different schools get different amount of budgets. So if your test score is low, your budget money goes. It's all designed to keep us separate and not understanding each other or loving each other or pouring back into each other. But where me, you, and Byron come from, Byron's mother prayed a lot, your mother prayed a lot, my grandmother raised me, they prayed a lot. Them old ladies, they deposit something into. We are the last frontier of what they call a village. But ask yourself, but you're starting to be one, a village keeper, a gatekeeper. This podcast is designed to be a gatekeeper, awareness. That's why you got to be able to attract everybody. And you got to be able to pull everybody in. You can't like everybody. You ain't going to make everybody agree with everything you say. But the only thing you can do to make it right is be fair.
Well, I love you, boy. You my
That's
man.
all.
You
I felt like I was in church, bro.
I ain't lying, boy. I thought I listened to Farrakhan.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, Mike.
Malcolm Farrakhan.
Bro, let me tell you something. And that's another reason I wouldn't mess with politics. Because you got to understand, true leaders are willing to die for what they believe in. We don't have any more true leaders. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Nobody willing to die for nobody else around here.
Yeah.
Except our grandmothers, and them people who fought, white and black. See, this is where everybody gets mixed up because they don't think about the freedom riders. It's a lot of white people. John Brown, who helped Harriet Truman on the Underground Railroad. They don't think about that. It's good people in everybody. It's bad people in everybody. And it takes a village. And the village is just not black. The village has no color. It has character. Character overrides color any day. I don't want nobody black with a nasty character in my circle.
Yeah.
Period.
You know what, John? You just said 1,000 words right there.
Yeah.
You just said 1,000 words right there, man. You know what? And oh man, you just fucked me up with that.
That's
you
real
right.
though, man.
You don't want no fuck, man. I don't give a damn what color you is. Some of the black cats around here just bad as the white motherfucker.
Worse.
Yeah.
We just experienced that with the what? With the Supreme Court justice. We just experienced that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not the color, it's the character.
Yeah, and he worse.
But they got this dude sitting up here thinking he a part of them. But you was the first letter in the Willie Lynch letter, boy. You that guy. You a descendant.
Yeah.
That's real talk, man. And then you got all these people that run for these office, local office. You know what I call Fayetteville right now? And you know, you can't be afraid to speak out. I call it Black Watch.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that, John? We got a black chief of police, a black fire chief, a black mayor, a black city council. And what have you seen done for the blacks?
Nothing. So I'm gonna ask you this, John. That makes sense.
And I'm not saying this in a racial thing because I'm not racial.
But
you got to go back. If you go, I get passionate about this.
Well, I want you to keep talking, bro.
All I want to say is this. In Fayetteville, North Carolina, right? There are 2 universities.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest university in Fayetteville, North Carolina is Fayetteville State HBCU. But now it's no longer that. It's UNC Fayetteville on paper.
Right.
It's the biggest institute in Fayetteville.
Right.
But it don't have a bank institution. It don't have a grocery store. It's nowhere around here. From Fayetteville State to downtown, it's not even a 5-mile radius. But you got $500,000 loss, $300,000 loss, and a $26 million baseball field. From 2.5 miles from the center of Murchison Road. They cut off Fort Bragg, where you can't go through Fort Bragg, through Bragg Boulevard to go through Fort Bragg. Everything's channeled, goes straight through Murchison Road, which is the backbone and historical place. Right there where you grew up with, Michael. You ever heard of Mr. Revels? You know who Revels is?
Yeah. Yeah.
First black what?
Yeah. Hey, look, man.
Senator.
Well, you
In
got
the
me
Constitution.
you
He's from Fayetteville, North
you
Carolina.
about to put
When
me
the
in
next
tears, man.
Man, no, because they strip us. We don't know nothing. If you don't know nothing, you can be deprogrammed.
True, true.
So if you don't have pride for where you come from, that's why when somebody say something about the Murchison Road, you don't know nothing about the Murchison Road. I grew up there. Great people, the greatest people who ever came out of Fayetteville came out of Murchison Road and E.E. Smith. But they don't talk about these guys.
Right.
But see, I talk to the older Smith alumni and people because they know the history.
Right.
And they teach me. And that's why I went to Terry Sanford. And I look, don't get me wrong. I love when I went there. And I love the people I met there, black and white, met great people, great relationship, good people. But that was not my heritage.
It was.
I grew up on Murchison Road. I crossed and crawled over the fence, tore my jeans, waiting for that day to put on blue and gold. Because that's what I wanted to do. When that magnificent marching machine came up, that's in my backyard. How do I not want to be from where I come from? But they got us around here talking about, I don't have no disrespect to nobody I ever went to school with. But you can't take me out of my origin and then reprogram me and tell me that's where you from. That ain't where I'm from.
And then you know what? The crazy thing about it, I remember the days, you know, we had to walk from Terry Sound from football practice.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
After we don't work hard, we had to walk there first.
Yeah.
And had to walk back. And who did we want to beat the devil out of? E. Smith.
Yeah.
Why? Because we wasn't there.
Yeah.
So in our mind, we had to start saying, well, they think they better than us. The whole time we building hate, them people ain't said nothing to us, ain't treated us bad or nothing. It's us treating ourselves bad. And then, making an excuse to treat them bad.
And it was, I mean, like you say, they try to program us to think that okay, it was okay. Because they knew if everybody who's supposed to win the E. Smith went to E. Smith.
Man, do you know how many state championships they would have had in every sport?
They still had them motherfuckers right now. Still
exactly.
making motherfuckers.
Hey, look, man, no disrespect. We went to Terry Sanford, all of us. Mike, awesome athlete in basketball. You got the baddest basketball boys in the city of Fayetteville, played for the projects Cross Creek Court and Capefield Court. Them boys won the state in the city championship all their whole life, but get to Terry Sanford, they can't make the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what, boy, you breaking it down for real.
You notice,
man. You got Crunch, Vince Snipes, all of these boys, you, Jimmy Jackson, Greg Robertson sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the football field, they put all the brothers out there. And then we go on, and hold on, and then we go over there and rape E. Smith. Yeah. Because they don't send all the talent to tear them. And we stay right across the street from these motherfuckers.
That comes from the recreation genocide and stuff. I mean, not genocide, but the recreation pool of watching the talent growing and the projection of where the talent was going to be. Mm. How you going to draw lines down Wilmington Road, Murchison Road, all the talent?
You know what? And the crazy thing about it,
guess what they did?
The crazy thing about it, right across the goddamn street, you went to E. Smith. On the other side of the street, you had to go goddamn 6-7 miles to chase him.
Yeah. And that happened to you and me. Because we was on that same side of the street. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But on that other, but have you ever thought about it?
I've thought about it. I've talked to this before, but boy, you done broke it all the way down.
But listen to this, brother. Is this a coincidence or is this planned? The word coincidence should never, ever, ever been invented because everything is purpose. First, it's purposely planned by God, and then it's contaminated planned by man.
Well, look at here, boy. Let me tell you something. This is not the last time you're gonna be on here because I need to see you next Sunday because we need to get more deep in this shit. We got 3 minutes right now left. And
Go out,
boy,
B-Rock. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead and break it down, baby.
No, listen. You know, I sat back in my chair. I felt like I was sitting in the pews, bro.
hey, bro, you told me a lot of shit I knew, but then you really educated me on some other shit also, man. And I really appreciate and love you for that, bro. And
I love you too, Mike.
let me tell you something. I always tell my friends, man, that I love them.
Right,
my male and female friends, hey, man, I love you, bro. I always say that shit when I leave your barbershop. Hey,
that's right, man.
I get with y'all. I love y'all cats. You know what?
Right, Mike.
That's
y'all brothers
that's
too,
some
man.
true shit, man. I love y'all
That's
to
real.
death, man.
I love y'all too, man.
And man,
Because,
John, look, anytime you got anything to speak on this show, bro, bring it here. And I'm gonna put it out there. I don't give a fuck.
And Mike, I'm gonna tell you like this. When I speak on your show, it won't be because I want to say something. First, it's going to be because God spoke to your spirit to tell you to put me on.
Oh, yeah.
And secondly, it's for him to speak through me to whatever he wants to get through me. Because what you hear come from me, a lot of it,
you ain't gonna remember
like this, it's him. Because before I even got on this, I said, it ain't never about me, God. It's what you want me to say. And it ain't about me, you, and Byron. It's about that we're available and we're willing to serve. I know who you are. I know who you are. You know who I am. I know where you come from.
Yeah.
You're a servant. It's in your heart. It's in you. But the word of God, we cannot be contaminated by things or possessions that don't have no substance. We cannot forfeit the jewels that our parents and our grandparents and our mothers put in us for stuff that don't have no substance and ain't gonna bring you no happy. It's temporary gratification. We're gonna bring a lifetime of heart.
Hey, man, I love you. I love you for that, brother. Hey, B-Rock, you got anything to say, man? We got a minute and a half, bro.
Listen, bro, I love you guys, man. I swear I love you guys, and I love the energy that we had tonight. And I know I didn't talk much, but I tell you, man, I literally felt like I was sitting in the pews of a church listening to you talk.
You gonna talk, goddamn John boy took over. I love that shit.
Yeah, man. brought some stuff that needed to be said and needed to be heard by millions.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for that. I thank you for
that.
Hey, man.
Well, man, one thing I gotta say, I thank God for the bond and the union that he put together years before we even knew we was doing it. It was predestined, man. What we got to do now is put away our differences, clear our hearts, because we all got a part to play in this gumbo part. We got to be a part of this pot of gumbo to make our community full and nurtured with good stuff again.
Okay.
Time to get the rotten food out and get the good food back in, baby.
Hey, man, check it out. I love you, bro.
Hey. Love y'all, brothers, man. It's a pleasure and an honor, man. Anything to back a brother who got a dream. We all got something we all can use. We need to let B-Rock say something. So he was saying some good stuff too, man, or what he was talking about with that youth and that art. Hey, man, Brian, I remember when you was painting on the back of jackets, man. I see you take that and go all the way to Las Vegas, and now you building video machines and graphics and stuff, just taking it to the next level, man. You have a story to tell. Not only that, you talked about your heart attack. I think you said you had or something like that. Now you bounce back with your health. Hey, man, that's a blessing, man. You really, but like I was telling y'all earlier, man, we have the substance in us because it was placed in us. But the reason why it was in us, we took the time to sit down and listen.
Right.
And that's the key, man, to these young people. They don't want to sit down and listen.
And go back to what you was talking about, John, when you were saying, we used to make sure we take care of people, cut their grass and all this stuff.
Village, man. We're the last frontier of the village. What I mean by that is we took the time before we went out and did whatever we had to do. We took care of the elderly people in our neighborhood. Make sure their grass was cut. We checked on them. Make sure they was okay. whatever we had to do, run to the store, whatever they needed. And then to sit down and listen to them telling us about how they was raised, where they came from. When a person tell you that they used to have to take a potato sack and cut holes in it and use them for trousers, and here we are with pants on, clean every day. And when you have to lay down in your bed and have a sunroof and see the stars at night, they don't understand. These young people just woke up and think it's been like this. Man, Mike, when we was born, they was okay. Whatever we had to do, run to the store, whatever they needed. And then to sit down and listen to them telling us about how they was raised, where they came from. When a person tell you that they used to have to take a potato sack and cut holes in it and use them for trousers, and here we are with pants on, clean every day. And when you have to lay down in your bed and have a sunroof and see the stars at night, they don't understand. These young people just woke up and think it's been like this. Man, Mike, when we was born in 68, Black people couldn't drink in the same water fountain almost.
Right.
They don't understand the life of people who sacrifice for them to give it up for the little things of a temporary gratification. This world is based off temporary gratification and an ASAP fix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want a microwave high, they want microwave sex, and that's all they think about, pleasure. But it was something my grandma always told me, man. She always talked about the grasshopper and how he always seek pleasure. And the word of God speaks about it. A man who seeks pleasure will always find himself in poverty. And then a brother broke an acronym of fun down to me. He said, do you know what fun means, man? I said, what? He said, fun is when you overdo fun and run it over its time period. The acronym turned to shit is fucked up now. Think about everything you indulged in when you was having fun and you just overdid it and kept doing. It ended up being turned the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about that stuff. I said, man, I got to start dropping that nugget. And I'm looking at my life. Everything that I had fun with and I liked it and I just overdid it, it ended up being an effed up situation in the long run. Everything. Food, same thing. Look at me. I got bigger and bigger. I was 405 pounds. I'm 2 and some change now. But fun eating costs a price, man. And our young people don't understand. And it seems like I'm jumping through things that I am because there's so much things wrong in our community. It's just not one thing. But the first thing that we got to fix in our community is we got to fix ourselves.
Yep. Fix ourselves.
Fix ourselves and find out where ourselves fit in our community, where it can be an instrument to help someone else.
Right.
It's funny. We talked about that earlier on the other podcast about how when you are moving into a relationship or a marriage with someone else, you know, therapy is so important because we all have gone through so much in our lives that you're going into this relationship toxic without even fixing yourself or the problems that you went. How do you expect to build with someone else when you got so much garbage that you're carrying? Erykah Badu, she said it perfectly. Bag lady, why are you carrying them bags?
Now, can I just run off of that, bro?
Go ahead.
Think about our community. Now, we had good fathers in our community. We had pimps in our community. We had whores in our community.
Yeah.
And we looked at the good fathers, but we looked up to the pimps because they were shiny and flashy. They had the material substance that I talked about. And what's the first thing they told them? Look here, young blood. Yo, you can have many chicks you want, as long as you take care of home and keep it out of their face. Then you got a young lady, they ain't nothing, ain't no good, telling your girl, hey, look here, baby, as long as you take care of home, get you some D on the side. Now you got two people coming into a relationship talking about having a healthy relationship when they both is dysfunctional.
Right.
So how can you have two dysfunctional people have a healthy relationship? That's fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
Excuse me for cussing, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey.
So that's the stuff that we're dealing with. That's just one of the issues. But you know what I had to do? And a big problem in our community, Mike, is what Mike Brian was talking about, brokenness and carrying bags. Well, a lot of us are angry. Unforgiveness and anger create 211 chronic diseases that will kill you if you don't get it out your heart.
Right.
I had to take my kids and myself to anger management class to get help, to help unwrap. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing the whole time I'm losing my kids because I'm damaged. So how can I go fix myself and I inflict damage on my kids without bringing my kids and fix them and not bringing my kids friends with them and fix them? In my barbershop, I had a program, free, a brother that taught anger management. You know how many people showed up, Mike? Because Black people are embarrassed to understand that mental health is real.
Right.
And it starts for anger, unresolved anger and forgiveness.
They're so worried about what the other person is going to say about them. And then you wonder why you're going through life and your journey fucked up. Excuse my French. You shouldn't worry about the next man.
That's real.
One that's trying to pull you down.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because, man, I'm going to tell you something. You know, everybody know my situation. You know, I was in Salisbury and mental health over there on the ward. And then they said I needed more extensive help. So they sent me to Hampton, Virginia. I was in Hampton, Virginia 4 months, 101 days in mental health, bro. But you know what? It helped me out. It made me the person I am now. I mean, a lot of shit I didn't see back in the day. I didn't realize I was going through depression and had anxiety issues. I didn't realize that. But
and PTSD from your neighborhood. You had PTSD before you even got to wherever you was in an army. For real. PTSD is a post-traumatic.
You're right.
That happened, man. How many people you done get seen shot on the Murk?
Yeah.
How many tragic deaths happen right there in your face?
Yep.
But nobody to counsel you and help you get through those feelings or emotions.
At all. And if
it go anywhere? It goes back to the chain I told you about. When the chain is off the crank, the bike can't ride, baby.
You're right. But I'm glad I had a chance, you know, the VA helped me, and, you know, I know how to handle the situations now, really.
And that's the thing, Mike. This is what we have to explain to our people. Mm-hmm. Anger management is just a tool, brother. A tool to identify when something's wrong and how to use it to simplify so it won't escalate into something detrimental. That's all it is.
Yep.
Identify pain is going to be present. Pain is a beautiful thing. Pain is just an indicator that something's out of order.
Something wrong.
And you need to address that. Wrong. In order to kill the fruit, you always must go to the root. But we go to the root and don't kill. We go to the fruit and don't go to the root, and it reproduces the same fruit. So that's life. When you got a problem in life and you deal with the surface, which is the fruit, and don't go to depth into the root of the matter, you're going to have the same problem rekindled.
You know, the one
and that's
thing,
why we got to learn. Go ahead, I'm listening, bro.
The one thing that we struggle with, you know, at the post office, this is now my 16th year. These young cats that are coming into the post office, they got this quick, you know, I want my
happen right now.
I want my check, but I don't want to work hard for it. And when you try to explain to them,
it's the microwave generation, like he said.
Trials and tribulations that I've gone through and that they too will experience. You know, I talk to a lot of these CCAs, which stands City Carrier Assistant. I always tell them, it doesn't matter whether it's today or whether it was a few years back. You know, when you join the post office, it's like joining a fraternity in college. You're going to go through the hazing process. They want to see what you are made of. And if you make it, there's a possibility that you'll end up with your own route. But if you're constantly that person that's going to call in, call out because you're tired, hell, we're all tired. We're all tired.
You're not accountable.
Right.
You gotta be accountable.
I think it was in January. I think it was January, either January 18th or January 19th. I was told by upper management that 75% of the workforce for the entire Postal Service was up for retirement. Do you know they haven't even filled half of those positions?
But B Rock, nobody want to work with the post office no more.
Well, whether it's
don't nobody want to work, period, Mike. People want money free. Look, man, just like Byron talking about, I joined UPS in August the 14th. It'll be 5 years. 5 years ago, I was 49 years old. A young man sat in my chair and presented an opportunity to me. And I had just asked God, Lord, how am I going to create this 401 to start generating more stuff to leave our inheritance for my kids? And that dude said, do you know anybody want this job? I said, I do. When I got that job, Mike, they did everything and they possibly could do was to break me, okay? I got a check, right? My first check for during peak season. And I looked at the check and I got scared. I said, oh shit, they done made a mistake. I went over to show this driver, hey man, this 1 week break, and I made this right here. He said, yeah, Johnny, that ain't nothing. I said, what? This is the first check I ever made legal with that amount of money. Legally. Now, I'm telling you the truth. I ain't never had an $800 check for a week worth of work. And Mike, but they put me on the worst and the hardest stuff. But boy, I got that $800 check. I said, can I get it bigger? I'm part-time. The next thing I know, I got a $2,000 1 week check. Yeah. And now I'm saying to myself, hey, look, man, they're gonna kill me to get me away from here. Hey, Mike, we're different breeds.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Man, what you gonna do with that track phone, Jaja? He done cut himself off now. Oh man, he been speaking some real serious shit, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Serious shit, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to send these to my son. He's gonna have to do a part 1 and part 2 on this.
Right. Need some serious editing on this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get him back on, bro.
Yeah. It won't be tonight.
No.
Unless he pop back on this motherfucker, because I'm tired. Hey, he about had me in tears at one time, man. Think about some of the shit we went through.
Yeah. Even when he was talking about how we were, against, other schools, yeah. I remember those times on Bragg Boulevard at McDonald's. Yeah. Here come the boys with their bats and sticks and knives and A-Rock.
I was the motherfucker under the car.
Shit was crazy.
Yeah. Them cats from Westover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, man, look, man, we're gonna take it on in tonight, man. Hey, I want to thank y'all for swagging with the OG Mike D. B-Rock, what you got to say?
Listen, man, it's always a blessing to chop it up with you. And then to have, our mayor, our governor, Jay. Yeah, I'll never forget that time when we were down in the hole and he was standing there like King Kong beating on his chest. I'll never forget that. He will never live that down. But, the nuggets, and he dropped a lot of nuggets tonight. And I encourage everybody that takes a look at this podcast, really listen to what he's saying, because, it hit home. It hit home for all of us.
Yeah, because I was in, of course I was in Fayetteville last week. And I went to visit my mom. And of course, every time I go to Fayetteville, I stop by his barbershop, whether he's there or not.
Yeah.
His barbershop's still running. Where they got about 5 or 6 cats in there cutting, but he also work for UPS, but so
Yeah.
he don't. Sometimes he don't be there. I go in there and I get a cut when I don't need one. Whether it's a shave or.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they cut my head ball while I was there. The cut I got now.
Right.
And yeah, man, he's really truly been an ambassador of Fayetteville, and he can actually run for mayor and win.
I agree.
And I've been telling him that for like the last 6, 7 years. Bro, you can run for mayor of Fayetteville and win with no fucking problem.
He stated
out of the water.
He stated that he doesn't like politics. None of us like politics because it's always, pinpointing one group of people against the next. But he could be that person that changes it all.
Yeah, because everybody like him.
Yeah.
And the motherfuckers who didn't like him back in the day, they like him now because he's changed.
Yeah.
He ain't that rough rider, like he used to be. I mean, right. he can get ignorant, goddamn, if you come towards him ignorant, but hey man, right. he make a lot of sense to everybody because he done pulled me out of a lot of situations when I was ready to jump on a motherfucker, just visiting Fayetteville and be like, come on, man. You know better.
Yeah.
Fuck, I ain't trying to hear that right now. You know better.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, we got a whole lot more to lose than that. So why risk?
Yep. But man, hey, look, man, we're gonna shut it down today, man. Hey, thanks for swagging with OG Mike D, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, me and my boy B-Rock, we out of here.
Later.
All right, man. Hold it down.
Yes, indeed.